Hello learners, welcome to NIOS. Today we will study part 4 of chapter 18. Our topic for today is the education in post-independence India. As you know that in the previous lesson we had discussed about coming of British to India and the beginning of their education policy. We also learned about the Charter Act of 1813, Macaulay's Minute of 1835 and Universities Act of 1904. Thus, we see that the foundation of our present education system was mostly laid during the British rule. However, after independence, many changes and improvement were made in the British system of education. Dear learners, as you know that we got independence in 1947. After that, the government of India faced the challenge to decide an education policy for the country. It was not an easy task as India is a large country and there are many languages, cultures and religions in the country. We will now discuss the different level of education that exist in the country after independence. Number 1, elementary education. The first and the basic level of education is the elementary level, as during this period the foundation of a child's personality is laid. The elementary stage includes education of class 1 to class 8. Dear learners, we should remember that the makers of our constitution gave great importance to the subject of education. Article 45 of the Constitution gave the right to free and compulsory education to all the children up to 14 years of age. Have you heard about the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan? This was a program of the central government to universalize education. Example, to educate everyone. Number 2, secondary education. The second stage of education in the country is secondary education. This level covers children from 14 to 18 years of age. Student of classes 9th to 12th. Learners, you will be happy to know that the country has made great progress in the field of secondary education. Both the number of schools and students has increased since independence. However, the number of teachers has not increased so much. One more important fact is that while the number of students has increased, but not more than half of those passing upper primary stage to join the secondary classes. Dear learners, vocational education is a separate branch to learning at senior secondary level, like 10+2 level. Vocational education means training of student in different technical skill to make them ready for job. For a long time, government has taken steps to improve the condition of vocational education in the country. However, not much success has been achieved in this field. Number 3, higher education. The third and the topmost level of education is the higher education. Learners, this level begins after a student passes senior secondary stage, like class 12th. After finishing his school education, a girl or boy enter college, which is a part of a university. While few colleges and universities are doing a good job, however, the condition of most of the higher education institution in the country is not good. Our country's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, was a great supporter of education and learning. Learners, there are some issues of corner in higher education. For example, low number of students, especially women and SC/ST candidates. Another matter of worry is that the number of students is low in rural areas. Besides these three stages of education in the country, for example, the elementary, secondary and higher education. Let us study about them now. Adult education. Dear learners, as you know that at the time of independence, a large number of people in the country were literate. In fact, most of them had crossed the age of going to school. Therefore, the government decided to educate them. For this, the adult education scheme was started. To achieve this aim, the National Literacy Mission was started. Learners, it is a matter of happiness that when India became independent, only 18.3% of its population was literate, which has increased to 74% in 2011. Let us now learn about the technical and vocational education training TVET. Trained people are needed in trade and industry. This kind of training includes technical and management knowledge. Such trained people become very important because they know how to do business and operate machines. To give the best education to talented men and women, institutes of high standard have been opened. For example, the Indian Institute of Technology (IITs), Indian Institute of Management (IIMs). Dear learners, after independence, a lot of work has been done to spare education in the country. This has led to increase in the literacy rate. Do you know that in 1986, the first national education policy was made? Its main aim was to promote the feeling of national unity, culture and language in the country. The NEP also tried to reform the education system. The main focus was on increasing technical education. The main achievement of the national education policy has been the beginning of the National Literacy Mission. The NLM was started to educate the people between 15 to 35 years of age. Dear learners, as you know, India is a big country. Therefore, the TV and radio have become very helpful to spread education. Can you tell why? With the help of TV and radio, education programs can reach people sitting in faraway areas also. This is very helpful for those students who cannot attend regular school or college due to various reasons. We will discuss about this in the next lesson. The government has opened Navodaya Vidyalaya also. This helps the children in villages to get good quality education. Learners, as we have reached the end of this lesson, let us revise all that we have learned in the lesson so far. Number 1, we discussed about the different level of education developed in the country after independence. Number 2, these levels are elementary level, secondary level and higher education level. Number 3, we also learned about the other modes of education like the adult education, vocational education, etc. Number 4, National Education Policy and its objectives. If you have any query, you may send email at signlanguage@nios.ac.in. For more information, you can visit our website at www.nios.ac.in. That's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. See you soon. Bye.